You need a traditional Latin Mass, Roman Rite calendar. You have to have one. I really don't think it's even possible to keep all the traditions of the Catholic Church without a great Latin Mass calendar. And since we're coming to the end of 2020, what a year, I'm going to review for you quickly 4 traditional Latin Mass calendars. I've got the FSSP, I've got the Angelus Press, SSPX, I've got the Oblates of St. Augustine. This is a pre-1955 calendar. And then I also have, this isn't the new 2021, it's the old one. It's the one I've used this past year, the St. Gertrude the Great pre-1955 calendar. I've used all of these over the years. No, I haven't used the St. Augustine one, but I've used the other 3, and I have some fairly strong opinions on which is the best. So I'm going to run through all 4 with you and then make a recommendation at the end. Before I do, we are going to pray. Oremus. Nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Pater noster, qui es in caeli, sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, dimitte nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimittimus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo. Amen. Nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. All right. I also set up a camera that's shooting down on my desk. You can't see it in the shot. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to put it also on the screen. So bear with me here. No, that's not what I want. I want to do, there's the shot. Focus for me. There we go. Focus. And there we go. We have it. So here's my hands. Okay, so this here is the Fraternity of St. Peter calendar. And you can see the crest there. That's the emblem or the crest of Fraternity of St. Peter, the 3 teardrops of the repentance of Peter, and of course the keys. So opening it up, you'll see right away that this is, in many ways, this calendar is a promotional item of the Fraternity of St. Peter. There's a letter here from Father Michael Stinson, North American Superior. And the upper quadrants, or the upper half rather, are all pictures of Fraternity of St. Peter liturgies, processions. They're quite nice. I like it. Okay, so that's what we're looking at here. Now, when we look at the actual calendar part, let me go to like Easter. That'll be good here. Let's see. Here's Pentecost. Here we go, Easter. Here's what we see. Okay, so we always see a little bit of an advertisement here for FSSP, and then they put in the traditional fish. Okay, so the purple is a day of abstinence of meat, and then red is a day of complete abstinence, fasting, CC. Good Friday there has the red. The rest of them are purple, and there's a little guide here on the bottom that tells you every month what those mean. It gives you, it gives you the liturgical color. So red, looks like white. Is that right? Yeah. But it doesn't actually give them the color. It gives you the saints' names. This has nothing Novus Ordo on it, right? So it's going to be calendar as of 1962. Okay, and it's pretty basic. All right, so if you want a 1962 calendar and you're full in with Fraternity of St. Peter, you're going to see, for example, little things here like 33rd anniversary of FSSP. You want to get this calendar. Now, if your 1962 calendar, basically today we're doing two sets. We're doing 2 1962 calendars, and we're doing 2 pre-1955 calendars. So if you're FSSP, this is probably what you want to get. Okay? Now, let's turn to the Angelus Press one. They sent me this. Again, I'm not getting paid for this. I don't have a horse in this race. I'm just talking about what I like. Yes, people sent me free calendars. They'll go on the wall right here next to me. I'll probably use all these calendars actually. Maybe one in, I like to have one in my office, one in the kitchen. Those are the two main ones. And then maybe you put one, I put one in my bathroom, or, so I'll see it. It's a great reminder. So here is the Angelus Press 2021. And instead of having like FSSP has like a lot of shots and advertisements of the FSSP, it's just beautiful artwork. And I like this better. No offense to all y'all in the Fraternity of St. Peter, but I don't want to just look at Fraternity of St. Peter priests. I actually like the imagery that kind of matches the season. So here's the betrayal of Christ by Judas. Right, here's the crowning of thorn. I mean, this is gorgeous. Angelus Press knocked it out of the park. Okay. I prefer this. Okay. That's December right there. Look. December. So I like the aesthetic. It's also higher quality when you feel it. It's very glossy and very thick. So calendars do get roughed up over the year, and yeah, this one feels good. Now let's look at how it's laid out. Okay, so I like these fishes better, and I also like the system of fishes that they put. FSSP had red and purple. These do different kinds of fishes: half fishes, full fishes, and there's another half fish because that's an ember day, and then light fishes. And what do all these mean? Oh, I forgot something on the Fraternity of St. Peter. At the very back of the Fraternity of St. Peter, it just has a bunch of stuff you should know. The holy days of obligation, rules on fasting, marks of the church, 7 sacraments, etc. A little reference guide there. I like that too. On the Angelus Press calendar, it has a guide in the back similar to the Fraternity of St. Peter, and it explains the different fishes here. So we have obligatory, traditional where you have one, I think it's 1 meat a day. Yeah, partial abstinence, like an Ember Wednesday or Ember Saturday. And then traditional days of abstinence are designated by a whole crayfish. So this is your guide. And then this calendar is made for all over. So you have United States, but you have in the Universal Church, you have in the US, England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, all that. It also has a chart up here showing you holy days of obligation right there. My camera keeps changing focus. Stop doing that, camera. Here we go. See if I can. That looks good. Hopefully it won't keep changing focus. Okay, so let's look at how it's laid out. Just to be fair, I'll go back to Easter. The art is fantastic. I can't say enough about it. All right, here it is. So here's the artwork. It's also quite a bit bigger. And then in case you get confused, it has every month the detailing on the fasting using the fish guide. So once again, you can see that it has the the 1960 ranking of first class, third class, which I don't like. I like the pre-55 stuff. But then it has the color, so white, white, red, 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 white. We have our fishes. It's very clean. The boxes are big. I like to write in the boxes. I write things like birthday, saint's day, baptism anniversary. I put all that in there. All right, so I think it's nice. It feels high quality. The art is amazing, and it's bigger. When you look at, like, here's the size of the Fraternity of St. Peter. It fits inside of it. So if you're going to go 1962, and you have these two, Fraternity of St. Peter. I'm a member of the Fraternity of St. Peter Parish. And then you have the Angelus Press. As you can see, the size quite a bit different. I actually like the Angelus Press better. It feels thicker, it's bigger, and it has really beautiful artwork to look at. The Fraternity of St. Peter has beautiful depictions as well. I mean, look at that Mass right there. But the depictions are going to be liturgical. Okay, so that's our 1962. I like them both, but if I had to pick one, I would pick the Angelus Press. And you can get that at angeluspress.org. All right, and you get the Fraternity of St. Peter one at fraternitypublications.com. All right, maybe order both. And by the way, I think whenever you order one of these, you should order 2 or 3 for either 1 or 2 in your house, but also give it to someone. These are great gifts. I mean, what do you give someone who has everything? You give them a traditional Latin Mass calendar. Okay, now we're going to look at pre-1955 calendars, and I have 2 of them. I have Oblates of St. Augustine, and I have the St. Gertrude. And this is last year, so I don't have the new one yet. This is the parish of the late Father Reverend Cicada, Anthony Cicada. He died this past year. May he rest in peace. This is their calendar. All right, so I'm going to get us back here on the, there we go. Okay, so this is the overcam. So this is St. Gertrude the Great. Now this is published by Sedevacantists. If that bothers you, you shouldn't get this calendar. It doesn't bother me. I think it's a great calendar. This is actually the calendar that I keep next to me during the Taylor Marshall podcast. It's what I reference because it is the pre-1955 calendar. And here's what it looks like. Now, the art in it, no offense to St. Gertrude the Great, is just, it's okay. I mean, it's a nice picture. It's a nice statue with like a light on it. I'm not quite sure. This is, I mean, it's not the best photography. So if you want something beautiful to hang in your kitchen or your living room, whatever, I mean, it's okay. But the aesthetic is not as great as, say, the Angelus Press one. That's what it looks like. Now, what I do love about this calendar, and I've learned a lot this past year from St. Gertrude, is there, at the very end, they have the main prayers you need to know, like the sign of the cross, the Lord's Prayer, the Ave Maria, Glory Be, Apostles' Creed, all that's here. It has a note about indulgences right there. I like that. But this right here is also fantastic. And I have referenced this more times than, come on, trying to get my camera to focus again. There it goes. The rules of fasting. And this is really interesting to look at because it gives us the pre-1955 rules. So, for example, here, the traditional days of fast, all days of Lent up till noon, on Holy Saturday, Ember Days, Vigils of Pentecost and Immaculate Conception, and Christmas. And that's noon on Holy Saturday, not the other ones. Abstinence, Ash Wednesday, Holy Saturday until noon, Vigils of Immaculate Conception, and Christmas. That means December 7th and 24th. Partial abstinence, Ember Wednesdays, Ember Saturdays, and Vigil of Pentecost, and then U.S. Customs. I like that. And see, there's also an exemption from abstinence on the Friday following Thanksgiving. All right, now let's look how this calendar is laid out. It's very clean. I like it. I like their fishes. I wish they had put what each fish means at the bottom or over here in the corner. That's what Angelus and FSSP did, but it makes you, if you forget what a solid black fish is, you have to flip to, well, it doesn't even tell you there. You kind of have to figure it out. I guess I figured it out over the year, but yeah, that's a little bit difficult. The user friendliness here is not as easy. Focus, there it goes. So you'll notice that on this, you're not going to have the first class, second class, third class. It's going to go more on the ranking of, you know, doubles, greater doubles, all that kind of stuff. and then the color of each day is in the bottom corners. And then you have indications here, month of St. Joseph. So that's good. So I will plan to buy the St. Gertrude the Great calendar yet again. I like it, but I just received in the mail yesterday the calendar from the Oblates of St. Augustine. And if you're on Twitter, you see these guys quite a bit. They post a lot of traditional material, and this is their calendar. It's pre-1955. You can see right here, 1954. But it has the Augustinian saints. So I'm really excited to have another pre-55. I'm not any way attached to the Augustinian tradition, so that doesn't do anything for me, but it's fine. This calendar is very basic. Here are what you need to know about doubles, semi-doubles, simples, etc. This is all the pre-55 ranking. It's a little bit complicated. I don't fully understand it all the time. I have to reference it. And then there's no beauty. There's no art on this calendar. Come on. There. It's just this. And look, there's no pictures. All right, this was printed out. And it's labeled with the different saints. And there's indications with little baby fishes right there. Kind of hard to recognize. So, again, to the eye, this is not going to be the most pleasant, but if you want a pre-55 calendar, you don't want to get a Sede Vacantis one, which I don't care about. I'm going to get it. You can get this one. And then also, it's set up, since there's no art, like this. So you actually fold it like this. That's how you use it. That's how it looks. But, Ember days are labeled, which is great. They put the little fish. Now, see, one complaint I have here is that the abstinence on Ember Wednesdays is no meat on, or one meat meal per day. And on Ember Friday, it's labeled here. I see fast and partial abstinence, fast and abstinence. Okay, that's good. That's good. I was going to say their fishes are the same, but at least they explain it here. The Augustinians, Oblates of St. Augustine. So this is very basic, and if you want to get a copy of this one, I think even just to support these good Oblates of St. Augustine, you go to oblatesofstaugustine.com. Okay, so in conclusion, I'm going to come back up. There we go. I'm going to end up using all of these calendars, but for just beauty and aesthetic, I'm going with the Angelus Press. And then for reference, I'm going to do what I did last year, and I'm going to get the St. Gertrude the Great pre-1955 calendar. Yes, it's printed by Sedes. I am not a Sede, but I like having access to the universal calendar as it would have been celebrated pre-1955. Why is 1955 a big deal? Because Archbishop Annibale Bugnini began to tamper and change the Roman Rite in 1951, and then it was all instituted in 1955. So if you want pre-Bugnini calendar, pre-Bugnini liturgy, it's got to be pre-1955. That's the deal. Okay, I hope this was helpful, and in the description below, I will list these 4 calendars, and make sure you order at least one so you can navigate your way through the liturgical year of 2021. God bless you. Pray the rosary every single day. Read the Bible every single day. Follow the calendar every single day. And remember that our Lord Jesus Christ said, "You are the light of the world and the salt of the earth." So go out there and be salty. God bless and Godspeed.